Okay, this is another clip about Butch Eaton's cross-examination. A couple of points that we ought to make. He was out there on January 2nd as part of the advance party, and then he left. He did call 911, and he said the FBI came to talk to him the very next day on January 3rd. And he said right from the outset, after hearing his story basically, the FBI started trying to instill fear in him. He said that they told him that he might have some reason to be concerned for the safety of himself and his family. And so he said he really kind of had a negative reaction to the approach the FBI was taking. They were suggesting that he might be in danger because he had been a defector. He'd basically been out there and left. So he said at the first opportunity, he went right back out to the refuge to see what the response would be and to see how they would receive him and how they would react, because he, in his words, had basically been a pussy and had left. And he said that when he got out there, they treated him just like they would have treated anyone else. And so he said that, and this is a quote in terms of his ultimate characterization of the Bundys and those that were out there. He said, "They are God-fearing men, better than I am. They left their families and homes to come up here and take a stand for the Hammonds. They did things that people in our county and community should have been doing." That was basically his summary of what was going on out there. That was the conclusion that he ultimately came to. And even though he had been concerned about the initial approach, he said that basically his position was, and that he came to this conclusion, sometimes you have to have some kind of shock and awe. Sometimes you have to do something that is capable of getting people's attention. He said by that he didn't mean that there were any threats, any violence, but they had done something that would get people's attention by going out and occupying the refuge. And he said that in his opinion, they were doing the kinds of things that people in his own community should have been doing. He said that he didn't see any signs restricting firearms at the refuge when he got there. He said that he didn't notice any threats or intimidation or any kind of force on the multiple occasions that he had been at the refuge. And he contrasted kind of the ability to come and go freely at the refuge during the time of the occupation versus at the end of the occupation, once the federal government set up and law enforcement set up checkpoints that allowed no one to come and go at the refuge.